would like to welcome Angus Flanagan to the 3M Open, the media room here, former University of Minnesota golfer and making your third PGA Tour start. Can you just take us back to your first start here at the 2020 3M Open and your memories from that?
Well, first of all, the memories are still there. It's a bit different this time, no masks and everything, because this was kind of at the height of the pandemic last time. And yeah, just a lot of memories, some good ones and some bad ones. Didn't play too great, but there was just so many guys that I've got to know out here through this time last year and also playing in the Genesis as well. So I'm just super excited to get out there. I've got one of my best friends on the bag again, and Pete Jones, who played for the University of Minnesota for 2 years with me. So we're just out here to have a great time and really enjoy it. And at the end of the day, like, it's my first professional debut on the PGA Tour. So I just got to stick to golf is golf, just lowest score counts at the end of the day and go from there.
And also, can you take us back to your second PGA Tour start at the Genesis Invitational? Exciting entrance you had to it, maybe some memories you made there, or talking to certain players.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. So it was a nice format. I played with Denny McCarthy in the Monday thing that they do, and that was so much fun. He's an awesome guy. He came out in the playoff and watched me. Most of the other guys kind of left to go practice, but Denny came out, and on the third hole, I holed a pretty good putt to make it in, gave it a fist pump, and Denny was the first guy to cheer and come up and congratulate me. So Denny McCarthy definitely was a guy to kind of, I text a lot, just kind of seeing in how he's doing, and he's seeing in how I'm doing, and I'm going to see him this week and maybe play with him tomorrow. So yeah, it's definitely some great memories made, so hopefully make some great ones this week.
And as you just closed a chapter in one book, your collegiate career, do you have certain goals heading into for professional career?
Well, I think the number one goal is to be the best player in the world. I think anyone coming into the sport, I'm so driven by results. I want to play well every time, but just at the end of the day, I just got to go out and enjoy it. Just kind of keep the confidence up. Yes, there's big names out here and stuff, people that I've grown up playing with or looking up to, sorry. But yeah, I've just got to go out, have fun, and just let my golf do the talking, because I'm definitely playing well at the moment. I've just got to take my confidence there, and on Thursday on the first tee, and just actually got my tee time, and I'm playing with one of the guys I played in the Walker Cup, so Austin. And we had a great game, so I'm just super excited for that.
And can you touch upon about what it's been like to have Minnesota as your home, and where will you be playing from, or where have you moved to since college has ended?
Oh, that was actually just the question when I first came in here. So I'm here for another month, and then planning on moving to somewhere in Florida, I think, maybe the Jupiter area or somewhere down there. Just because there's so many guys down there, there's so many good places to play. It's easy to fly into and fly out of, and especially getting home as well. It's 8 hours instead. If I went to Arizona, it's an extra 3 hours on a flight to get back to London. So I'm going to be apartment hunting at some point soon.
Awesome. We have a few questions from the media. I'm going to turn it over to Bobby Artigue with Fox 9.
Hang on, Angus. Have you practiced yet? And what has the course been like, if you have? And how you feeling now that you get your swing back here in Minnesota?
Yeah, so I played yesterday in the ProAm, which was a lot of fun. Kind of one of my first ProAm deals. So it was nice to play in one of those. I'd heard good things about them, and I had a great day yesterday with the 4 guys I played with. I actually just played 9 holes prior to this, so my skin's a bit sunburned after this morning. A lot of FPF 50 and FPF 100. So yeah, the course is looking great. I was out here a couple weeks ago, and it was looking really, really good. But just in the last week, it's amazing what they can do. The superintendent has done a great job. Yeah, so I'm just, as I said earlier, just super excited to get out there. I've got Pete on the bag, who is one of my best mates. Spent a lot of time with him the last couple weeks, and he knows my game probably better than I know my own game. So a couple times today, he was like, I really think it's a 6 iron instead of a 7, and hit the 6 iron, hit it to pin high. And I was like, I didn't get 7 there, and I'm 10 yards short. So it'll be nice to have that. So I'm just super excited to get out here. I'm grateful for the opportunity.
And you mentioned playing in the event last year. How much more do you feel like your game has grown over the last year? And do you feel a little bit better prepared this time around as you take the field at the 3M Open?
I definitely feel better prepared. This time last year, I was Very, very nervous. That's probably it's the best way of putting it. I was standing on the first tee, just even in practice, and there was no fans and stuff. But I've just got to go out there and think it's just golf. Like, I've hit the same shots over and over again. Yes, there's going to be people this time, but played in the Walker Cup a couple months ago, and there was 3,000 people there watching, and seemed to compete well. So I just got to take that forward, and it's just going to be a learning experience at the end of the day. Equipment's feeling great, swing's feeling great. I've got Pete on the bag, and yeah, it should be a great week.
Now over to Jerry Segota with Minneapolis Star Tribune.
What was the Walker Cup experience like, Angus, in your amateur career with?
It was a nice ending. It's definitely the pinnacle of amateur golf. I actually ended up at Minnesota through Seminole Golf Club. So I went down there in about 2016 with my father, and we played down there, met the head pro, and the head pro, Bob Ford, was Justin Smith, who now is the head coach's mentor at the time, when Justin played on like Nationwide and trying to get onto the PGA Tour. So I got the contact kind of rolling there, and that's how I ended up to Minnesota, was through Seminole. And we played there a couple weeks after they knew that they were hosting the 2021 Walker Cup. And I was walking down the fairway with Bob, and I think it's on the 18th, we were just kind of finishing up, and he said, how cool would it be to be done at Minnesota after 4 years and playing Walker Cup? So it was a clear goal of mine, was to play 4 years at Minnesota and finish up with the Walker Cup. So it was definitely the cherry on top, being able to do that, and playing with the guys that I grew up with. Throughout the pandemic, I hadn't been home. So I hadn't been home in about a year and a half, and I got to see the guys on the team for the first time in basically 2 years, and I grew up playing golf with them from 10 to 18. So we had a great time. I was one of the ones that did get ill, so I lost a bit of weight. It kind of was out in the press. Everyone seemed to know about it. I was getting text messages left, right, and center saying, hey, were you one of the ones that got the food poisoning or the bug or whatever it was? So yeah, it was definitely the cherry on top. I'm excited to play as well on Thursday. I got a text just now saying I'm playing with Austin, who I played in the singles on Saturday, and I know him very well, so I'll have a great time with him.
Are you old enough to grow that thing on your lip?
I tried. I did have one point at Arnold Palmer Cup over Christmas. I did grow it out, and then because I have a bit of a lighter hair color, you couldn't really see it, so I decided to dye it. And it wasn't the best look. Everyone was asking if a divot got stuck up there after a picture.
Thanks.
All right, thank you, Angus. That's all the questions we have. We appreciate you taking the time to join us, and we wish you the best of luck this week.
Thank you, guys.